Memorial Day Sunday, 2025. 5/5/25. 5/5/25. Before we talk about what a great week we've had and what we've been doing the last few days here at Twin Eagle Ranch, we want to remember what today is really all about. Memorial Day, which is tomorrow, the day we celebrate our military people that have given what we call the ultimate sacrifice. They've given their life for this country, America, the country that God saw fit to allow us to be born in, the country that we're so proud of, the country that's so blessed that being born in the United States is probably gives us an advantage over 80 or 90% of the people born anywhere else in the world. That's just exactly what it's all about. And what those military men and women gave their life for was freedom. The freedom to do exactly what Chris and I and Jamie and Mandy did this morning. Go to church, worship God in freedom. Not worrying about police breaking down through the door and throwing us all in jail for worshiping God. Not being concerned about so many things that they are concerned about all over the world. Freedom, of course, is not free. That's an easy thing to say. It's a much more difficult thing to put in reality. Well, we put it in reality here in America for 250 years. And we've done that because of the brave men and women who've gone out there and given everything they have, knowing that they could lose their life for this country any day. And those that did are the ones that we honor tomorrow. We're not celebrating Memorial Day. We are honoring those American men and women who've given their life for this country in combat, in war. I've told this story. I was named after my Uncle Jimmy, that was lost in an invasion, I believe in Iwo Jima, missing in action for quite some time, considered dead. And I was born. My dad was in the Air Force at the time. My Uncle Jimmy was a Marine. Uncle Gene was in the Navy. They had it all pretty much all covered at that time. And I was born right in the middle of that war in 1944. A light running 81 years ago, coming up pretty soon. And they named me after my Uncle Jimmy, which most of our family presumed was gone. He was not, fortunately. He was injured badly, shot up really badly. And but made it back to America, lived a long, fruitful life out in California, and was a remarkable man. And that's who I was named after. A lot of the men, young boys at that time, that was on that invasion, those are the ones we're honoring today, tomorrow, Memorial Day. Those are the ones that did not make it back, that were missing in action, and then declared that they didn't make it. Dead in action, killed in action. It's so humbling when we think about how any one of us could love a country enough to give their life for it. And yet, it happens over and over and over again. And it has throughout this 250 years that we've been in existence. And it breaks my heart to see people protesting America on college campuses and talking about death to America, and us allowing that to happen right here on our grounds. I don't really understand what that happens. I do not understand a political party defending that. Yes, we have free speech in this country, but when you gun people down, kill people, just because you don't believe what they are, just because you believe that they're the wrong race, the wrong color, which happened this week. I just don't believe we need those kind of people in Oklahoma. I don't believe we need these kind of people in Washington, D.C. I don't believe we need those kind of people anywhere in America. And many of them are here illegally. Others are here on student visas. And they're here for one reason, to try to destroy America, the country that we love. I think it's about time regular Americans kind of stood up and said enough is enough. Free speech is free speech. when you're talking about defeating America, when you're defending those that are talking about defeating America, wiping America off the map, wiping a certain race or color of people off the map, I don't think we have any room for it here in America. So as we honor those who've given their life for this great country of ours, we need to really protect it and fight hard for it for another 250 years. For another 250 years. And we're so blessed. We're so fortunate that we are a country indivisible under God. Under God is the most important part. We had a big party here last night. We had that party because of, and as we prayed before we ate crawfish, we had a big crawfish boil. As we prayed before we ate those crawfish, we honored those veterans that we're just talking about right now. We are very fortunate right now. Our military was kind of dilapidated, but over the last 3 or 4 or 5 months, we've had record enlistment into our military. We have a volunteer military. We do not draft people. I went through that draft myself, but we don't draft people. It's a volunteer army, and enlistments is at record paces in all branches of the army. All branches of the army. All branches of the military. Army's just one branch. Air Force, Marines, Navy, Space Cadets, the whole thing. They're Coast Guard. All the branches enrollment is up because people are proud of America again. Proud of America and proud to serve America. And I just want to thank the families of those that are honoring their loved ones, their sons and daughters, their mothers and fathers, their grandmas and granddads that gave their life for this country. Just want to honor them in the biggest way possible. The crawfish boil we had last night was fantastic. We had, I don't know, I never counted, probably 35 or 40 friends here, 50 maybe. We did about 150 pounds of crawfish. My buddies from Steve Cagle and Terry and from Louisiana, they cooked up the crawfish. They brought me, several years ago, a man down there gave me a great crawfish boiler. We hooked it up to propane bottles, and we had crawfish and potatoes and corn and sausage and a bunch of desserts that my friends all brought. We just had a spectacular time. Went from about 7 o'clock until pretty close to midnight, actually, before it was over, and just ate crawfish until we, couldn't hardly eat any more crawfish. We did have a little takeover to take home to my grandson Lightning, who didn't get to make it and can eat about a bag or two by himself. Took some home to my son-in-law Jack, who was on call. He's a cardiologist who was on call this weekend, and so he could not get over, I think, 15 or 20 minutes away from the hospital all weekend, so he missed that also. But we did send some home with Sherry, and she should be getting close to getting back home right now, as a matter of fact. We're having storms around. You can hear it rumbling and rattling. We are under a tornado warning right now, although bright sunshiny sky. I looked at the radar. The storm's a little bit north of us. Sherry just sent me a note and asked me if I was in the tornado shelter, and I said, not doing anything here. But we had a great church this morning. We honored the families. We honored the families, and we honored the military families, the military veterans that were there, and honored the ones that have given the ultimate sacrifice. We caught a lot of fish here this week also. I actually didn't get to go out and fish but just a few hours myself with Larry Sissel, and I think we caught 42, I think is what we caught. But a lot of fish caught here this weekend, both lakes. Twin Eagle Lake is in beautiful shape, as you can see behind me. Grand Canyon Lake, Big Canyon Lake, is completely full, and the fishing's absolutely great. One of my buddies from Louisiana caught the largest fish he had ever caught in his life. Also the largest fish that was ever caught out of Big Canyon Lake. Keep wanting to call that Grand Canyon. It is Grand Canyon as far as we're concerned. But Big Canyon Lake is weighed 12 pounds, 15 ounces. They got a picture of it on the scales at 12 pounds, 15 ounces. I caught one over 12 over there, but it was not 12 pounds, 15 ounces. So that's the largest fish that's been caught over there at the Eagle. They carefully weighed that fish and carefully put her back in the water. So, my largest fish ever is only 13.1. I've caught 80 bass now over 10 pounds, but only one that over 13. And so I'm going to let that 12, 15 give him a little time, maybe this fall or maybe next spring, and hopefully catch that fish again. It'll weigh over 13 pounds. That's the greatest thing about bass fishing, the greatest thing about catch and release, the greatest thing about barbless hooks is most likely that fish is not hurt a bit. And it was actually the first fish they caught that day. The very first fish that, or the very first fish he caught that day anyway. And she's still swimming around over there. So we know that this time next year, for sure this time next year, there'll be one over 13 pounds swimming around over there. So we had a fantastic week. Also, we had a fantastic week up in Duluth, Minnesota. I went up to Duluth, Minnesota, and I opened that Bass Pro Shop store there. Beautiful Bass Pro Shop, very large Bass Pro Shop. It looks small if you look at it from out the front, but it's a huge building, and it is atypical Bass Pro, and is that unique inside. As you go inside, it is unique. It's got all kinds of things for that area, things that decorations and fish mounts and things that for that area. We raised a lot of money for conservation that will be used right there in that Duluth area to make hunting and fishing better. 20% out of every dollar that was spent goes right back into conservation in that area for fishing and for hunting. Not all the whole state of Minnesota, but just right there in that Duluth area, which is a unique thing that we do every time we open up a Bass Pro Shop store. My buddy Johnny Morris, who is a great patriot and a great American, as well as a matter of fact, he sent me a video by Chris Jansen, our buddy country entertainer over there in Missouri. Just absolutely an incredible entertainer. Plays a harmonica, plays the strings, breaks strings on his guitar, and you might remember him from, I'd buy me a boat. If I had $1 million, I'd buy me a boat and a truck to pull it. And so Chris did a tremendous tribute to our fallen soldiers, from Memorial Day tribute to them. And Johnny actually sent me a video of that. That's just how much of a patriot he is he's sharing that patriotism with as many of his friends as he had. I'm pretty sure he probably sent that to Bill and Roland and several other people as well, because Johnny Morris is not only the greatest conservationist in the history of America, he is also a tremendous patriot and a tremendous American. So, but we had a great time up there in Duluth. I had a lot of my friends that drove 2 or 3 hours to come over there and see me, and I thank them for that so very much. And we met a lot of new friends up there and just had an absolutely fantastic time. I had a little hiccup coming back and had to spend a full night in the airport, which was just terrible. What can I say? You freeze to death if you have to sleep in the airport all night, and I did. It was a boo-boo pretty much on my part, but also on the airline's part as well. But if I'd done my part correctly, their part wouldn't have hurt nearly as bad. But I'm not going to, it was so stupid, I don't really want to share it with you. I actually had, I share a lot of stupid things with you out in the boat. Might as well share this too. I had my truck keys, my Ram truck keys from Expressway Ram, my Ram truck keys in my bag. I put them in my bag when I left Oklahoma, and I normally carry that bag back. I check it a lot of times going, because I do not like to carry bags and drag suitcases through the airport like I'm some sort of gypsy or something. Storm's getting a little bit closer. I put my keys in that bag because I don't want to lose them while I'm out on the road, and but I did not. I didn't ever take them out. I took my Bible out. I was carrying my Bible only as I read on the airplanes, and I did not take my keys out. And the airline managed to lose one bag of the entire 2 planes, and that bag was mine and had my car keys in it. So not only could I not come home, I couldn't even leave the airport. So I spent the night in the airport and added pretty much 24 hours to the trip. My bag didn't get in until late the next afternoon. Lost a full day, which I was going to get to fish some with my buddies down here. I did fish some on Saturday morning, but I was going to get to fish some on Friday, pretty much several hours on Friday. Did not get to do that. I like to froze to death in that airport Thursday night. Added one day more of a day's worth of travel. So for a 5-hour appearance opening the Bass Pro Shop and visiting with the people and signing autographs, took me 3 days. So I had to do enough things a little bit more difficult than you really should do. But we had a great time up there. We got another appearance coming up. The very next one is June 6th. It's the Kids Day, a Kids Day up near Grafton, Illinois. It's Pierre Marquette State Park, and it's the first Saturday in June, which is maybe, don't quote me on this, but I think it's June 6th. It's the very first Saturday in June. It's next Saturday, as a matter of fact, I guess, next Saturday. But no, it's one Saturday after that. We got one more. What's today? 25th. Yeah, that would be. But anyway, it's the very first Saturday in June. Pierre Marquette State Park. Everything's absolutely free. and they've got over 30 activities up there for the kids to do. It's a family fishing day is what they call it. If you're anywhere within 2 or 3 hours of Pierre Marquette State Park, and that might be Pierre Marquette State Park because it's actually spelled P-E-R-E, and I don't know if I'm saying it right. It may not be Pierre, it may be Pierre Marquette State Park. It's near Grafton, Illinois. Y'all know where it is, right there on the Illinois and the Mississippi rivers, and it's just a beautiful park that they have there. They've got all kinds of fishing activities set up. You can actually win prizes, and if you complete 7 of those activities, win a badge or win a prize, and fantastic. My buddy Tim Girardi from Mountain Man's going to be there. Camo the Clown's going to be there. We'll have a band. We'll have some other outdoors folks there that are doing outdoor shows. So it's a great place to meet people, have fun, and your kids will just have a ball. So if you're anywhere around Grafton, Illinois, that first Saturday, I think the event starts about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, runs until about 3 or 4 o'clock that afternoon. Free, and if your kids have never fished, if you've never fished, but you want to get your kids involved in a great wholesome sport, a sport they can do all of their life. When they're 80, 90, 95, 100 years old, they can still be fishing and still be loving it. I can attest at 80 or 81, you'll love it just as much as you did when you're 8 or 9. So I can attest to that. That's absolute fact. So if you're up there, that will be there at that event, and I will be the following Sunday, which is June 15th, Father's Day. I will be over at the brand new church in Farmington, Arkansas. That's right, in Farmington, Arkansas. That's just before you get to Fayetteville if you're coming from Oklahoma. If you're anywhere from an hour or two of that church, that'll be a great Father's Day services. We'll be there both the 9:30 service and the 11 o'clock service. I'll have my kids with me, I hope. They've all committed, but we'll see what happens. But so my son and daughter will both be there, and they're Jack and Sherry's husband and Mandy, Jamie's wife. So I'm looking really forward to it. That is a tremendous church. I was over there with Jace Robinson here a while back, and we had a men's night that we just was absolutely packed. 1,500 people is what that church holds, and we were packed. So let's pack it for Father's Day over there. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'll be around there in between services and after services to visit with anybody. And so what a great way to spend Father's Day in that area than in the brand new church. That's the name of the church, brand new church, because when you get saved, when you give your heart and make Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior, you become a brand new man or a brand new woman. And so that's the brand new church that helps facilitate and make that happen. They can't save you. I can't save you, but I know a guy that can. His name is Jesus Christ. So that's what we got coming up pretty soon. We're going to be on the ranch here next week, the full week. I'll be here with my beautiful Chris, and we're just going to have a great time. And so we're looking forward to a little rain this evening or tomorrow. We hope those round and round things don't come around the ranch too close. And just hope everybody has a great day out there, has a great week. Fish lucky, and remember, I sure do love you.